Alrighty. Wow. That's a high pitch, isn't it? Alright. I figured I'd jump on and wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Festive, Happy Holidays. Anyhow, what we're going to be looking at here is what you've already seen. It's pretty cool looking. I'm going to explain a couple things while it goes through here. First of all, we see the sun at the top of the screen up there, coming in, and what it's going to do is, see how the sunlight is shadowing over in this area and over here as well. It's going in through, it's coming around down an edge past a pinch, as you will soon see. And as it comes down around that and under, see how the sun's over here? Watch it wrap around this planet real quick. And I'm pretty sure it doesn't do, yeah, like that. See what it did? Went down and under and around. They chopped a little bit of it out from the video, but you can see the roundness, and then it comes back over here, and then it wraps back around to the top it and comes out down here. How cool is that? I mean, really. Let's take another look at that, huh? Just really quick. See how it's pinching, and it starts to illuminate all the way around. And now it's coming out down here. How wild is that? Look at that flare up. And then also, you see all this extra light flashing everywhere? It never used to do that. That's because there's something there to reflect the light. Here we go again. Let's watch it on this one. This one's pretty cool too, because we got a reflection down here going on as well of the sun, which is actually a lot cooler because you can tell when something gets in front of the sun, because at the distance it's at, we should always have some kind of light here on the water. And we're going to watch the sun dip down behind that again, right here. See how it's cutting off the light right there, and over here. And then even cooler, right in the middle under the sun. Look at that. See, I see that? It's dipping in behind. And it's going to come out the bottom. And then you can see how it's going around this right here. And here comes that one again. You can see the shadows it's casting. And watch the light. It turned to 2. Now it came over here. Now it's going to come back all the way back over here again. Yep, see that? Let's back that train up a little bit. So we saw the sun come down and get cut off for a little while, obviously. And as it's dipping behind that smaller one on the right, watch the reflection on the water. It's moving to the right slowly, like it should be, as it comes down to set. Stalls out from this area because of what's there as the light goes around it. Now, the light's still moving over. Yeah, see, it's still moving over. Alright, now we think the sun is down, or at least in that general vicinity, and all of a sudden, look over here. More light and more light on the water. That is a reflection of the light coming out from around the planet, just like we just watched how it went down and under and then back over the top and down. Same thing. Look at that. Now look at that reflection. Woo! That was cool. See how the light went around that area? See, it's being pinched off right there. Now it's behind the planet, and now it's back under, and it's fully behind right there. That's why it's coming out in all directions as it wraps around the bottom and over the top again before it sets back over here. It's just really cool to watch the sunlight go down away and disappear and come back over the top and then go back down. Now you're going to tell me that's just happening from clouds? I don't think so. Because clouds, number one, don't reflect light when the sun is above them, number one. Number two, they don't reflect light after the sun is below the horizon. And they sure as hell don't do that. There's something behind the clouds reflecting all the light. I mean, that's just plain as day. Otherwise, what's it doing way back over there if what I'm saying isn't what's going on? You see the sun go down and under and behind and come all the way around it, because now it has more surface area as the sunlight goes all the way around it from our viewpoint, which makes it quite a bit larger, which is what you're seeing there. And then look at that reflection. That is cool. And if you look right there, that's what's reflecting all that light during that area. See that? See how that's being the sun at the moment? You can see the curve of the shadow. See that shadow right there? That's from a planet. That's why it's round. That's all the light rolling over the top of it. I mean, it's kind of hard to argue because, you know, clouds don't create the cutoffs that we just saw ever. They're too round, they're too perfectly symmetrical as something round. You can even see it when it's cutting into the sun. I mean, it casts a shadow. I mean, look at this. See that shadow coming in? And there's as the sun goes behind it. See? Shadow. Now, I know a lot of y'all don't understand shadow and light and all that stuff. As an artist, when you're drawing those kinds of things, you need to know which way shadow works and how it works. I did go to art school, learned about digital photography, learned Photoshop, learned everything. Learned what flares were. That's why you never see me pointing out flares. I'm not one of the guys, you know, with the FAA cams pointing out triangles and circles. And have you ever seen a full moon by the sun? No, you haven't. That's because, think about it now for a minute. If something is fully illuminated, like the orbs or the flares people love to show, that would mean that that planet or orb or whatever they want to call it is behind the sun. If it's going to be fully illuminated, it would have to be behind the sun to be fully illuminated from our view. Otherwise, it would be a crescent shape if it was in between us and the sun, because then most of the time all we would see is the dark side. So, with that in mind, the sun is the brightest thing in the sky. Anything that's illuminated behind it, we won't see until the sun is below the horizon. That's what all the flashing is. That's what a lot of these great big balls of light are. It's because once the sun is down below the horizon, the things behind it that are illuminated fully will be able to be seen, but not for very long, minutes, if that. The sun is, just too bright. It drowns everything else out in the sky, whether it's behind it or in front of it. You know what I mean? So when you're watching these other videos on YouTube where they're showing a round, fully illuminated, what they call Nibiru, it's bullshit. That's a flare. You just got to watch the shadows, the casting shadows. That's the best way to do it. And it's hard because there's still light coming our direction, so it's tough to see the shadows all the time. But once you train your eye, it gets a little simpler. Well, everybody, happy holidays. This video is done. I will play this out so you can watch that one more time. Woo, that's cool. And we'll see you on the next one, huh? Have a great day, everybody. Happy holidays, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and all that jazz.